sorry, so sorry. It's doing it again. All right, so we were done with Dragon Master. We are now on Human, okay? And then we have Stephanie, Lagdik, and Yosef, Nameless, Minix 2.1 MEFB. Yes, hello again. Then we have Lasco and Trinity. Yes, you found me. We are back again. Yes, ma'am. This is your reading. Minix, you're here. Yes, thank you, guys. Thank you. You found my channel. Guys, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, you found me. All right, so let's see. We also have Stephanie, Yosef, Nameless, Trinity. They will probably come back on here shortly. All right, Stephanie, you are back. Yes, you found me. Thank you so much. So what happened is it could be a backup. It could be because multiple people are on. I don't know. It's a technical audio YouTube, or it could be the internet server itself. I do know I have AT&T. I pay a lot to have that, so it shouldn't be buffering like that. Definitely at the beginning of right after I just paid my bill, so it shouldn't do that, but still buffering sometime. Okay, guys, with the buffering, okay, if I go ahead and finish these readings, okay, and I let it post, when it posts, you'll be able to see all of your readings, okay? I stop it and I come back on, not so I can get it to stop buffering and clear it. The reason I do that is because you guys, so I don't lose some of you guys, okay? The honest truth though, okay? I every one of your readings, okay? I can finish all of you guys, okay? Even if you can't hear nothing, you can't see nothing, when the video posts, you'll be able to see your whole full reading, okay? Because you guys are just out of whack at the time, okay? So I really try to help you guys. But honestly, if I continue to read for you guys, you will all still get your reading. You'll be able to hear it, honestly, okay? Because I've went back and checked before when I had the same problem, and I was still able to see everybody's reading, okay? My internet connection to keep shutting down too. I thought it's mine. Okay, for the video. Yes, okay, here we go. So you'll still get the video. You'll still get to see your readings, guys, okay? So let's cut the deck. We're at Ants Human. What was your question, Ants Human? What was your question? Guys, if you haven't hit like, share, or subscribe, do that now, guys, okay? So we have Ants Human, Stephanie Lagdik, and we have Yosef, and then Nameless, Minix 2.1, we have Lasco and Trinity. You said love you, sis, love you too. All right, let's see. We'll go ahead and see what comes out. I think you said whatever comes out. Let's see, we have, okay. It looks like you could be trying to heal at this time. You're seeing things differently from a different perspective. Ooh, okay. You could have chose a head over heart decision. You're still trying to balance your life. Either, honestly, it's whatever comes into your life and whatever goes out, okay? So you're very, very careful when it comes to who and what comes into your life at this time. Could also be that spirits are telling you, your spirit guides, ancestors, or even the divine could be telling you, be aware at this time of what's coming in and what's going out. At the same time, you could be somebody who works with money. I fixed a date with a girl named Zoya. Oh, Zoya. My guidance too. Oh, yes. And look. Yes, you are the king. You did make a head over heart decision. You did see things very differently, okay? It looks like you're trying to balance yourself, your emotions, so you're definitely working on yourself. So congratulations for that. It looks like you could have gone through some deep, dark nights of the soul. But it looks like you're trying to heal. Yes, you're trying to heal. You could have been walking right into a relationship or have walked right into a relationship. Maybe your friends, maybe you met this person through your friends, something like this. And it looks like now either somebody in the past is focusing on you or you were focusing on someone from the past. This could be that you went towards somebody who once was a missed opportunity. It looks like grieving, though. At one point, yes, you were stuck in your mind focusing on all the negative things, but when you start to focus on positive things, this shifted for you. So yes, you were working on yourself. It looks like you have healed a lot within yourself. Yep, absolutely. Oh my goodness. Trinity says hello, says hi. I'm back. Yes, ma'am. I'll check for mine, but thought I'd let you know. My dream, I was almost the same reading like I did last time, and then the next thing I know, I was with someone I never knew. Okay. So yeah, you could be just make sure that at this time you're just thinking positive thoughts. Okay, so and sometimes be very discerning. Okay, at times. Okay, because you could have someone coming in trying to trick you again. Okay, so or trick you. Okay. Maybe there's been a lot of people in your past who have tricked you, okay, dragon? So just go ahead and focus on all the positive things and be very, very discerning, okay? Be very discerning, okay? So most definitely, I feel like it is coming in and it's going to happen in divine timing, okay? And it could be sooner than you think. Who knows? But healing, though, takes time. So make sure you heal before going towards someone because you have to love yourself before you can love someone else. How can you say, okay, I love this person, but you hate yourself, or there's certain things of yourself you don't like, right? So you definitely need to heal. Love yourself, stay positive, and this is what will attract this into your life, honestly. All right, you said, and they kind of sounded just like you. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. You said they kind of sounded like me. Okay. So, Aunt Human, the girl earlier was damn. Damn. The girl earlier was damn. Can't say those cursed words. Oh, whoa. You said can't say those cursed words. Okay. I see. All right. Okay. So let's see. What else? Does dragon? No, not dragon. Ants human. Okay, so what else does ants human need to know or be aware of at this time? Okay, let's see what this is. Ooh, okay. Maybe you were trying to learn something. You were trying to study, learn something, okay? And something went wrong. Okay, so what is this? Okay? Yeah, you're definitely trying to learn something. You're trying to spiritually grow. Whoa, okay, so maybe you're trying to learn more about yourself as well as whoever you decide to be with. Maybe you're learning a lot about relationships. Hard work, commitment. You're wanting to learn more also when it comes to commitment. Maybe how to make it work and last. Wow, so you're really, really learning. Okay. You could have taken up books or something, maybe. Maybe how to attract what you want in life. Okay. Oh, I see childhood issues, sexual abuse. Okay, so you have some past childhood. This is past childhood trauma. There was some sexual abuse when you were a child. You may not remember this, or you may remember this. Um, there could be some bad news also. There's also the bad dreams. So when you were a child, you had a lot of nightmares, a lot of bad dreams that you were suffering from. And it could be that you were abused or sexually abused by an older woman or an aunt or could be a sister. I don't know. It looks like somebody who was older than you, quite a lot older. I don't know if this was like a babysitter. Oh, shoot. I almost said shit. Sister. Okay, and it may have been during traveling. So maybe your parents were traveling somewhere when this happened. They were away and this happened. She was my cousin sis, 2 years old. Okay. Okay, I see. Okay. No. Okay. I'm hitting on something. Let's go ahead and grab another card, okay? This is part of your past, okay? This is something where I don't want to put my mind, okay? And I feel like this is something, that has happened, okay? Okay, and this is something you're probably aware of. Oh, Lord. Look at this. My hands are shaking like I've just gone through this. I'm about to start crying. Oh my gosh, emotions are like extremely high. My eyes are like tearing up. This is too much. Okay? Spirit's saying, I can't even talk right now. Oh, Lord, help me. All right. Let me cleanse my hands. Real quick, okay? Oh, Jesus, help me. All right, so moving on, okay? We're not going to dwell too much in that, and I feel like Spirit's telling me not to, okay? Just because, you're aware of this and everything, and maybe there's parts of this that you don't want expressed, so I will not put my mind there to even see that, okay? You said, I get it, yes. So I'm not going to put my mind there to see any more of that. I'm going to block my mind from that, and we will move on. All right. What else does Ans-Human need to know or be aware of at this time? What does Ans-Human need to know, be aware of this time? Okay, this is a lot. Friends are important at this time. So if you're feeling bored, you could be feeling bored with your friends. You are being divinely guided. Ooh, you have somebody watching you. Oh my, maybe somebody was watching you when you were depressed, and maybe they watched you heal. Maybe they watched you just go inward and work on yourself and try to heal. Somebody was watching you. Oh my gosh, yes, you could be in a relationship soon or already in this relationship. Be careful though, and be very discerning, okay? That this person, make sure that this person didn't travel to you just to play you, okay? So be aware. You said, who is it? I am single. Okay, so you are single. Okay, so this could be a couple around you, and somebody rushed in towards this person to play them. And it looks like whoever this person that came forward, okay, into your life could have been traveling, okay? This is also a teenager and a child. Now, the child came out before. Okay, so there is a lot of burdens. It looks like you could be taking care of the house, the home. Maybe you do a lot of work at home. Now, this could be speaking of your parents, okay? This could be your parents' relationship. And maybe somebody's rushing in to try to get one of your parents to fornicate. I don't know. This could be your aunt and uncle's relationship. This could be anyone around you. This could be a relationship you end up in here in the future, and somebody rushes in towards your person just to play them, okay? And they could be rushing in. If you notice that somebody just came in from traveling, that could be your person, maybe the person who's on vacation or something. All right, but it looks like somebody's going to be watching somebody. They could be having their eyes on maybe your person, or maybe somebody's got their eye on you now that you're trying to heal. Maybe that's what this is speaking about. Jonathan says, hi, hello, Jonathan. Can I get more information about my past? Yes, let me finish this reading. I will put you on my list, okay? So one more. Can we get one more message for Anne Schumann? So sometimes when the messages come out, it doesn't necessarily mean you. It could mean someone else around you, okay? A mother, a father, a sister, a brother, a friend of the person you used to be with. It could be someone that you used to know. All right, so it looks like this person watching could be somebody that was left out in the cold. This could be an ex, okay, that is watching you. This could be somebody you left out in the cold. They don't want you to leave them out in the cold. Maybe this is somebody who doesn't want this ending to happen. Yeah. They definitely don't want this ending to happen, but you've made the decision to move on with your life. Yes, you're moving on because you want to be happy again. It looks like this person had a lot of secrets, hidden secrets that they didn't express. But that truth was revealed. Whatever these secrets were, the truth came out, okay? The truth always comes out. The truth does set you free. All right, so it looks like somebody from your past, somebody you used to be in a relationship with, is watching you, okay? This could be somebody who played you. They could have been in a relationship with someone else, or they could have cheated. All right, so let's get some messages here. All right, let's see what else wants to come out for you. Let's go ahead and move these cards off the board. All right, and let's see what else wants to come out. Okay, so let's grab these. What are the messages for Anne Schumann? Okay, thank you. What else? Oh, thank you. These came out sideways, so let's start with this one. Comparing yourself to others keeps you stuck in a cycle of guilt and shame and continues to separate you from your blessings. It keeps you small. Understand that everyone has their own journey, which always unfolds in divine timing. Your time will come. Your time to shine. Let's see. This one. When the world feels like it is coming crashing down around you, take that as an opportunity to find yourself and let go of who you thought you were. Not all storms come to destroy your life. Some have been waiting for. We have here, this new chapter in your life is going to require a new way of seeing things. Oh, this is the Hanged Man. Okay, new perspective and a new way of seeing yourself. You can't continue to see and interpret things with the same understanding that you have had until now. No matter what you face or how you feel, see it all from a higher perspective. Yes, the Hanged Man. Okay. What else? This one, thank you. What else? What else? Thank you. And one more. What else? All right. All right, we have here, you must forgive if you want to be free. Do it for yourself. We have, let your feelings go, all of them, even the ones that scare you. Remember that it's okay to be happy. Really, it is. And let's see, what else? What else? All right, what else? What else when it comes to ants human? What else? What else? Thank you. That came out sideways. Confirmation. Else? What else? All right, let's go ahead and read these. It says, ooh, this is the Six of Swords. Let the water settle and the stars will be mirrored in you. Take a break. Time away brings clarity. We have, maybe you search the branches for what is only in the roots. Go deeper. Look elsewhere. You need more. We have here, no, you are tired, but come this way. Let's say come. This is the way. Renewal, keep going. Your path is revealed. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so what else wants to come out? All right, so ants human. This is the last of your reading. Thank you for coming on. This is the end of your reading. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. And we have Stephanie Lodick. This is your reading, my dear. This is your reading. Thank you, and thank you for coming on. And thank you for allowing me to read for you today. So we have Stephanie. Stephanie, my dear, are you still with us? I sure hope so. All right. Stephanie, yes, okay. Let me go ahead and put my phone on the charger. It is trying to die on us, and I do not want that to happen. All right, so we have here, Stephanie says, truth is, your live stream found me. Oh, wow, your live stream found me. I would like messages on sentimental, professional, mediumship, intuition, fields if it's possible. But if it's too much, I'm all ears about what you would tell me. Okay. Professional and mediumship, intuition. Let's see. Would like messages. Okay. Messages on. Okay. Let's see. Mediumship. Okay, so I have several videos. You might want to go and watch those, okay? About how I came to where I'm at now. So I do have several videos, okay, where I was talking to people. They wanted to know how I got to where I am now. And honestly, when I first started, okay, I didn't even know what I was, honestly. I really didn't know what I was at all until an officer had told me what I was. Now, I have posted this like several times. Let's see. Hold on. Do you have any socials, Tora? Yes, Stephanie, her live found me too. Oh, it found you too. Okay, so Minix 2.1, same here. I just randomly scrolled live and I found her. Oh, thank you guys. Wow, that is a blessing. Wow, blessings. She was in my feed right away when I opened from my YT. All right, let's see. So, Stephanie, when I first started though, okay, so it was an officer who actually told me what I was, and I was like, because he told me I was a medium, I was clairvoyant, right? And I was, mom was, he was like, yeah, sometimes it's hereditary. He was like, people like you call us. Well, the reason I had called is because I had just got done digging up a 12-year-old boy who told me to go and dig, okay? And for some reason, his energy had ended up in me. And I thought I was playing. I thought I was a kid again. I felt like I was like young. And I was like, oh my God, I'm finding all of these toys. Oh my God, I found a toy train. I found a little toy heart. I found a little car. And you know, that's where my mind was as I'm digging up these bones. Um, and then after I got done digging up all the pieces, it's like, you know, a piece of that energy had just shifted out of me, and I'm myself again. And I look down in my hands and I'm like, oh my God, these are bones. Oh my God, Lord God, help me. So I ended up, matter of fact, I got like goosebumps coming on my arms right now talking about it. So the officer shows up and he tells me it's a 12-year-old boy that I just dug up. The boy had been missing. His mother was a nurse while she was gone at work. Um, he ended up coming up missing, and they never found the body, but they figured that it was like the stepdad who had murdered him. But he told me to put it back and just say a prayer over the bones. But he did tell me next time this happens, do not touch the bones. And I'm like, okay, why? And then he tells me because we can tag you for murder. He says, I know you didn't do it. He said, I was here. I know you were just digging up. He said, and I know that the reason you did is because, you know, you're a clairvoyant. You were called by this boy's spirit to do so. You know, the thing about it is we never found the murder weapons. I said, I can show you exactly where they're all hidden. All the weapons he used, I can show you all of them. He said, what did he do with those weapons? I said, he buried them. Do you want me to show you? He says, no, I don't need to know where they are. He said, but we tried for years to find any murder weapon, and we couldn't find it. And he said, and here you are, the boy tells you to dig it up, and he tells you where the murder weapons are. So, you know, there was another instant where I was like, in this Pathfinder, okay, and this woman is screaming at me, over here, come over here. She's talking to me. She's in a hurry. She's in a rush, right? And telling me, come dig over here, dig, come on. And I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know what I'm about to dig up. So my ex-husband, he wanted me to go there. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. I said, anytime I go out the woods, anywhere, I'm always being called to dig. And sometimes it's a body, right? So I was like, go get me some trash bags. So he gets me some trash bags. I'm digging, right? And I ended up digging up these bones. Well, the officer was called out. Like, you know, this is the same person we got called in on. This person called in, you know, last Halloween and said that she had dug up bones in her backyard. He says, look, and the other guy, he says, look, I'm the officer that took the call that day. He said, that was me who took that call. He said, we all thought it was a prank. I said, no, this woman is for real. She's for real. She's a real thing. As you know, I told you not to touch those bones. And I was like, yep, I know that. And I said, I didn't touch them. He said, you didn't. So what'd you use? I said, trash bags. He said, good girl. He said, you, at least you were thinking, at least you remembered that. I said, so I know I can't be tagged for murder. He says, nope. He says, now the other guy, he was like, well, I don't really think those are bones. So he calls the like forensics guy, and he was like, well, that bone in your hand's a femur bone. And I'm going, oh my God. So he was like saying that the woman was anywhere from maybe 13 to 14 years old, something like a very small woman. He said if she was in her 20s, she was a very small, petite woman. But there was like over close to like maybe 200 or over 200 shallow graves. I showed them where all of these graves were, and I was like, why? Why do they look like this? And how did you know these were shallow graves? I said, because the spirit told me. He said, what spirit? I said, that woman over there. And that forensic guy was like, yes, that is a female's femur bone. And he said, so all of these that I showed him, he told me, what he told me is a body has to be buried at least 6 feet in the ground. And the reason is because when the rain comes and it starts to rain, the body will basically rise from the ground. Okay, if it's not at least 6 feet in the ground, the body will rise up and become a shallow grave. And that's how you know or can find or even be able to dig up these bones a lot easier. But anyway, yes, that's just a little bit. Now, this has happened since I was like, the beginning of mine started when I was a child, I believe 5 years old. I started getting all of these gifts. Okay, I didn't know what it was, but my grandma handed me these tapes, okay, that helps you to astro project from your body, where your spirit, your soul can leave your body. You can go and you see things behind walls. You can hear when people are talking about you. Plus, you know, spirits can come, they can communicate with you. It opens up your mind and to everything, being able to see everything. So people you think are your friends, you know when they're talking bad about you, because you can leave your body and go visit them and you hear them talking about you or your family. So yes, I've done that before. But anyway, yes, I've had several things like that. There was one time I was in Walmart when I was younger, and this lady was called from out of her house to come to Walmart at a certain time. And I was like at home, and my dad wanted to go to Walmart, and I was like, okay, let's go, let's go. Soon as we I can't go in. I'm not going in. I'm not going in. He said, why? I said, I feel like there's a pool. Somebody's wanting to read. Somebody's wanting me. I'm not going in. I'm sitting out in the vehicle. I'm not going in. So I just got back in the vehicle, and I'm like, I'm not going in, because I felt a pull. Somebody needed me, basically. Not that they wanted, they were actually needing help. But to me, I wasn't really understanding about my gifts at the time. So I was like a little bit resistant. So I'm staying in the vehicle, and then God tells me, you know, my spirit guides, the divine says, no, get up and go talk to that woman. You came here for a reason. I brought you here to read for this lady. And I was like, oh no, okay, I'm going. So I get out of the vehicle. I like got all these goosebumps all over my arms. So I go up there, and I'm standing outside because the divine tells me, my spirit guys, wait, she's coming. All of a sudden, I see this lady in a wheelchair, and her husband's pushing her. And she says, that's her. That's her, honey. That's the woman I told you about. Remember, I got up this morning. I told you God told me to come, that I would find her. I didn't even look at this one. I wasn't even trying to look. I wasn't trying to look at nobody. And I was like, whoever's meant to come to me, they will come to me on their own. I don't have to go to them. And he pushed her right up to me. She says, oh my God. She says, can I touch your hands? And I told her, I said, I don't ever let no one touch my hands. I said, the reason is because I see things. I'm going to see glimpses and flashes of your whole life story. I'm going to see things that maybe you've never told nobody. I said, I'm going to see everything. I said, whatever's on your mind, I'm going to see it. And I said, you can grab my hands, but I want you to be aware that I'm going to see everything. And she was like, okay. I said, you don't mind? She says, no, I don't care. I don't care. She said, I just got to know. I said, okay. I said, now don't tell me anything and we're going to pray. So she grabbed both of my hands and I started praying. And she says, what do we do now? I said, we wait. And then I said, I see. I said, I know what's going on. She says, what is it? I said, you have a son. He's like in the military. He's overseas right now. And you think he's dead. She says, oh my God, that's my son. Oh my God. Oh my God. She said, what do you see? I said, well, I'm over there. I said, and what I see, I said, I'm basically looking at it like I'm looking through someone else's eyes, right? And there's this woman and her son, and they're trapped in a building. He goes in to save this woman and her son, and the building blows up. She said, oh my gosh, yes, that's our son. Oh my God, so he's dead. He did die. Oh no. I said, no, ma'am. I said, I'm seeing another part of this. She says, well, what is it? I said, he escaped out the back door and they went over a hill. They went up the hill and over the hill. I said there was like some kind of guard or military guard waiting for him. And somehow he had to run them to safety. But when the building blew up, everyone that was there had thought that that he had died. So you got a message. I said, I see a paper. You and your husband went to the door, but they handed the paper to your husband and he unfolded. It was a long white paper, okay, from the military that said missing in action or something. And she said, yes, we were told from the military's missing in action. I said, he's not. I said, Spirit's telling me to tell you something. God's telling me to give you a message. And it's about 2 weeks. She said, do you know what it's about? I said, hold on and I'll tell you. So I went inward, to pray and concentrate, to think. And then I said, in 2 weeks, God's saying you need to go home right now. Quick, go home. And in 2 weeks, you're going to get a knock at your door and it's your son. And she started crying. Oh my God, honey, he's alive. He's alive. I told you she was real. I told you this was the lady God said I was supposed to meet. And she kept saying, thank you. God bless you. I said, no. Do not thank me. Thank God. I said, all glory and honor goes to God. But yeah, that's how I started. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps you. I hope this is something, maybe a piece of what you were looking for. There was a lot of other things that had happened in my life, but that would be way too long for today. So if you have any questions or if you want a reading, I can do that. So totally up to you, Stephanie. And then we have Yosef. So totally up to you. You said I'm speechless. Yes, ma'am. My eyes are like all teary-eyed right now. The lady was crying. She was really emotional. And, anytime I go back, I start talking about it. Yeah, it really gets to me. Yes, that lady was so emotional. Her and her husband, they really thought he was dead. But in my mind, when I saw him show up with someone else, but the military had I saw the car pull up in front of their house. They walked up the steps and knocked on the door. And there were 2 guys who came to the door. They were in the military when they knocked on the door. And the husband received the paper. I saw all of that. I saw it all. And I saw crying. But yes. You said love. Thank you for sharing, sis. All glory to God. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Things happen for a reason, and sometimes it's to help others. So that's definitely what I've been guided to do. My whole life is just help people. I would like some information about my mediumship abilities. Okay, let's go. Okay. Let's see. Let's grab, how about these? Okay, yes. Let's see. We call upon Lord God of heaven, Lord God Almighty, Lord Jesus Christ, all the angels of heaven, 11 disciples. Yes. Lord Jesus Christ, please come help and assist us with this reading. All right. 3. We have 1, 2. They're already wanting to talk. And we have 3. Okay, let's cut the deck. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, okay. What are the messages? What are the messages when it comes to, okay, move. Being able to move things. I feel like that. What else? Oh, okay. Another one came out. Now, I didn't call this one to come out. So, this one came out by the spirit guides, okay? So, healing. Healing. You have a way with your words that you choose to heal people. You choose to heal people with your words. Now, at the same time as healing, okay, you can also use these words, your words, in a way that makes people feel unhealed, okay? So when it comes to these spiritual abilities, okay, we have these spiritual abilities. So with yours is like, you can very quickly cause fear in someone, anxiety, stress, overwhelmed. You can really make them be in fear of you, maybe with your words. And at the same time, you can make them feel peaceful. You can make them feel like maybe your words are a sanctuary or a saving grace. What is that? Saving grace 999 tarot could be significant. Finding mental strength. Ooh, okay. You may put into people where they feel like it's hard to move on, or like they have a lack of strength. At the same time, you can make them feel like they're going through a spiritual awakening, be that negative or positive. And then again, I feel like you also use your words in a way to help people heal, as if to come out and rejoin the world. You can use that to make them feel like they need to get up and do something. Yeah, or help them come out of isolation, or even if it's their own negative mind that's keeping them isolated, you have a way to talk to them to make them get up and maybe want to go and do something. And at the same time, okay, you can make them want to move away from you or get out of your realm. Yeah. And if there's someone around you, and let's say you are with someone in a relationship with them, you don't want to be with them, you have a way to use your words to make them just leave you alone and just go break up and it's over. Okay. You have a way with your words that really cuts to the point of what you want. Okay. Oh my gosh, you can also, by your words, help people out of hardship, or even get your own self out of hardship, just because you know how to talk to people. Wow, yeah, relief. Even when it comes to stability, oh my gosh, yeah, you may have a way to where you talk to people and you can like manipulate them to give you things, maybe in a positive or good way. So a lot of times it comes to your benefit being able to talk to people. But at the same time, you could make somebody feel like they need to run away from you and get away from you, like almost like banishing. You would be really good at banishing spells and healing spells as well. Um, I'm not one who does spells, okay? So I don't do spells, okay? But I know there's certain spells I'd be good at. I just choose not to do spell work. Trouble coming. Okay. You have a way to, if you know that trouble's coming, you can speak it and make it leave you. And you have a way to really piss people off. That's the words I'm hearing. And you could also make them feel like they have a lack of progress. Like, okay, I don't want to do this. I'll just leave, basically. All right. Ooh, yes, you are very highly intuitive. Very, very psychic. You have a lot of wisdom. You may have studied and read up on a lot of books. Reading these books could have opened all of to your abilities. I feel like it was these books or something. I'm seeing a lot of books, or maybe somebody around you read a lot. Maybe when you were a child, somebody read a lot to you. This could have opened your mind. You said yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. You have the power to be the high priestess and be something powerful in someone's life, or you could be their worst nightmare. So there is a positive way that you use your words, but when people tick you off, piss you off, um, you could be their worst enemy, their worst nightmare. Um, let's see. Oh my gosh, could be, okay, with your spiritual abilities, everything that they have told you about them, okay, anyone you meet, you remember every detail of everything, like when it comes to the communication, a lot of air. You could be an air at your throat chakra. Good with it, to the point where every detail people tell you about their life, you remember that. And it's almost like when shit happens, or things fall apart, or these people are being mean or rude to you, they're hateful, whatever, or you feel like they've cursed you. You have a way to basically take all the information that they gave you and use it against them. Something like, kind of like a blackmail, like blah 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 blah, okay, and basically just, that's out of, what is it, and into the frying pan, out of the fire and into the frying pan, something like this. Yeah, yeah, you have a way to use your words that just, it ends everything. It ends everything. You could end up taking all of this information, and it's not that you stole the information from them. I see it more like information that they freely just went